If you have not heard about the crime that I'm about to talk to you right now, it's going to be one of those stories that is going to get your blood boiling and make you very, very angry. It all starts right here on the corner of Bienville and Scott at this very building. It's March 21st, 2022. 73-year-old Linda Fricky, she works at this insurance agency right here called Security Plan. She sells insurance and she's worked there for 28 years. 73 years old and still working. She's going to retire in a month. Her husband previously just did so, and she's going to join him in that. 1:30 p.m. on that date, Linda walks out of this business and her car is parked right there across the street. I'm not really sure if she was just having lunch in her vehicle or she was going somewhere. I'm not exactly sure of that. But she's in her car right here. Walking down the block, 4 teenagers with nothing to do, and they're very bored and they're very dangerous. And they see Linda in her car, and she looks like an easy target. Older lady. She looks like she's not going to put up much of a fight, and they want her car. The 4 individuals involved: 17-year-old John Honoree, 16-year-old Lenira Theophile, 15-year-old Brianna Baker, and 15-year-old Markel Curtis. Now, some articles state that one of the girls, or all of the girls, would be 15, so I'm not too sure one of them was 15 or 16. But at least 2 of them were 15. One is either 15 or 16. John Honoree, this guy right here, he's 17 years of age. The car's parked right here, and their plan is they're tired of walking and they want to take her car and they want to go joyriding. As they approach Linda, John Honoree takes out a can of mace and sprays her in the face. As he's spraying her in the face, he's punching her and trying to get her to get out of the vehicle. He hops in the vehicle, and the other 3 girls, they jump in the car and follow suit. The camera that caught this incident is right there. This camera had just been installed about a month before this incident occurred. So as they get into the vehicle, they're trying to throw Linda out. As soon as the vehicle starts taking off, Linda is caught in the seatbelt. As John Honoree is kicking and punching Linda, trying to get her to get out of the car so they can take off, she's caught in the seatbelt and he doesn't realize it. He gets into the car, she's lying on the side of the vehicle, and he takes off like a bat out of hell into this intersection right here. Before he did that, however, one of the girls, I believe, didn't want any part of it, so she jumps out of the vehicle before it takes off. You can see it in this right here. So they go off into this intersection, and one of the most saddest sights you'd ever want to see, as these neighbors here are hearing this woman scream. Linda would be dragged right across the street about 700 feet away until the car crashes into a wire that's held up against a utility pole. With John Honoree having just carjacked Linda and the girls in the back seat, he drives down this intersection right here, 700 feet, dragging Linda's body, and he crashed into this wire right here that is supporting this utility pole. The action of him dragging Linda into this wire severed her arm. By the time some of the neighbors come out and they're hearing people screaming to call 911, Linda is right in the middle of the street on the 300 North block of Scott, completely naked and missing her arm. A ghastly sight, to say the least. And this is, in fact, where she died. All because of a couple of murderous little cretins with nothing better to do than to pick on people and take from them what they did not earn. The autopsy report states that Linda died from blunt force injuries. And then you have these 4 that are in court being charged as adults. And of course, now you have the bleeding hearts. You have the defense attorneys stating that, oh, they're just kids. They're stupid kids. One of them, Lanira Theophile, she had been deemed incompetent to stand trial, so she had gone to some kind of a mental hospital for a while. I read somewhere online, one of the kids, it could have been her, I'm not 100% sure, that stated that somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody stated that many people always knew that she was quote unquote slow. So eventually the 3 girls involved all received 20 years in prison. Now, they'll be eligible for parole in about 15. I don't know if they're going to get their first parole. They probably will, especially the one that jumped out of the vehicle. She'll definitely get first parole. And then we got John Honoré. He's the one that sprayed Linda in the face with mace. He's the one that's going on trial for his life. His defense attorney, he's trying to get a manslaughter. The defense attorney is saying, hey, he's a kid. He's a stupid, stupid kid. So is his father.
That I'm standing behind my son and he did nothing and he's innocent.
And the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but it's not his problem that he comes from a disadvantaged background. His family's poor. There's no structure in the household. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, and by the way, Jason Williams, who is the prosecutor in New Orleans, he's prosecuting John as an adult, but he ran on a campaign saying that he was not going to charge juveniles as adults. Now, I don't know, New Orleans, who the hell you're voting for, but that's not a prosecutor that I want in office when he says that, yeah, I'm going to stop charging juveniles as adults, because some crimes that juveniles commit are really adult crimes, like this one right here. Now, John Honoré, he does have problems with the law. In the previous couple years back, can't find out what actually happened. Some kind of domestic issue within family members, and it wasn't prosecuted by the office at the time because the family requested it not be so. So he did write a letter of him apologizing to the family from jail. However, the prosecutor, they're not gonna relent. They're going for a second-degree murder. And so Henri is basically going to trial, fighting for his life. Now, he was found guilty of the second-degree murder, and second-degree murder here in Louisiana carries a life sentence. I don't know if it's a mandatory life sentence, but it is a life sentence. And a 7-hour trial is all it took to find him guilty, and he was later sentenced to life in prison. However, he is eligible for parole in 25 years. So by that time, he'll be about 42, 43 years of age. Now, is he going to get his first parole? Absolutely not. Once Louisiana has you, they have you. But eventually, this dude, he will get out. And I'd be surprised if he did not do at least 30 years. So he's going to do the 30 years at least before he even smells freedom. And you got 4 kids who were supposed to be at school. And then you have a problem with kids in the city, a lot of cities, who ditch school, they get into trouble, and terrible things happen in situations like this. You have 12 resource officers in the entire city of New Orleans that are responsible for thousands upon thousands of kids that are truant. Ultimately, this is a problem that lies in the hand of the family. Now, you do your best as a mom and a dad to rear your kids properly, but sometimes, as much as you can do good for them, that's never enough. This is the final resting place of Linda Fricky. November 22nd, 1948 to March 21st, 2022. 1 month away from retiring. And let me tell you, if you had already heard of this story before you watched my video, I cannot imagine anybody not seeing that story and not being angry. My condolences to the Fricky family, and the husband has gone after the parents and sued them. I'm fairly certain it's not about money, it's about responsibility. So to him I say, good luck, and I hope you are victorious in that lawsuit. I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought when I did this video, I thought I was gonna be angry at these people for what they did to that poor woman, and especially John Henri. And as I've done the video, you know, you guys know, if you're with me, I calls it the way I sees it. And yeah, I am still angry at him, and this is not to defend him at all whatsoever. Just a bad upbringing, a rational decision, a very bad rational decision that cost that woman her life and an agonizing death. I mean, to die like that in the street, that it hurts my heart to read that story. And hopefully Henri stays in prison as long as they want to keep him, and then whenever he gets out, whatever date that is, as long as he's not raising all kinds of trouble in prison, let's see if he can move past this. But you basically got four teens that ruined their lives for a joyride. And I'm pretty sure most of them, their family, them being, growing up in their family, probably wasn't very good. Okay, I'm out of here. I'll catch you with you in the next video. Peace out.